All right, man, we're gonna do a rundown video. So it's been a minute since I did what it is. Gonna combine three topics in one. We're gonna talk about the return of Vergil Ortiz. Tyson Fury said he trained 100% for Francis Ngannou, so no excuses. And also Dimitri Bivol speaks on Terence Crawford. All right. So let's start off with Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is back like cooked crack. We thought that it was over for him. We don't know. He still may not make it to the ring for this fight. His fight with Steonis got called off a couple of times. The last time was because of his fault, but apparently Vergil Ortiz is back. Don't forget to check out the Box News playlist for more videos like this. It says Vergil Ortiz, Frederick Lawson to headline January 6th, the Zone in Las Vegas. All right. Vergil Ortiz shout out to whole ass Jake Donovan for the article. He said Vergil Ortiz is set to return to the ring. He said Boxing.com has confirmed that unbeaten knockout artist will headline January 6th the Zone show versus Frederick Lawson and what will mark as his junior middleweight debut. The show is due to take place at the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas, confirming a month-long venue hold by Golden Boy Promotions and Nevada State Athletic Commission. Yeah, the Virgin is pretty cool, bro. Yeah, Virgin pretty cool. If you want to go to the fight, if you want to get an interview, that's where the fighters gonna be staying at. It's the Virgin Hotel for the most part. You'll see them walking around the lobby and shit. He said Golden Boy President Eric Gomez previously confirmed January 6th date during the WBO annual convention in early October that reveals it was made in hopes of securing a favorable ranking for Ortiz's new fighting weight. Ortiz 19-0 has not fought since his ninth round knockout victory of unbeaten Michael McKisson last August 6th. So that was what 2022. That win marks his lone fight of 2022, a year slowed by illness. A fight that resurfaced, that very fight resurfaced more than 4 months after originally scheduled date back on March 19th, which Ortiz was forced to postpone fight week after he was hospitalized by rhabdomyosis, which sparked a lot of debate. It sparked a lot of debate whether he was on performance enhancing drugs. Now, also, the reason a lot of people brought that up is because Blair Cobb, which he did apologize from a defamation lawsuit threat from from Team Ortiz, which a lot of people thought was weak as hell. But he did basically said that people that can get rhabdomyosis is linked to performance enhancing drugs. And also I did my own research because you got to do that when you're part of the media. A lot of people who do CrossFit do it. Now, if you don't know about CrossFit, basically CrossFit was them trying to reinvent the wheel, okay, and working out. So basically they don't really care about form and you work out to exhaustion, right? And for a guy that's trying to make weight that he shouldn't even be at in Vergil Ortiz, he probably trying to work through exhaustion. And that also can give you rhabdomyosis. It's very common amongst CrossFit guys. And CrossFit guys are mostly known for being on the leaner side. You don't see too many bulky guys doing it because there's an abundance of reps. But what Blair Cobb saying basically, people that get rhabdomyosis are known for being on performance enhancing drugs. A lot of people ran with that, and then when Vergil Ortiz last fight got called off, he jumped back on social media and basically said that that a lot of people that they have rhabdomyosis from performance enhancing drugs. I'm paraphrasing here. They get it again, and obviously he got it again. So he kept taking shots at Vergil Ortiz. Is why a lot of people thought Vergil Ortiz was on that good cushion alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why you kind of hear people insinuate that he put that out there. You know what I'm saying? He put that out there. He put that out there. Um, so I mean, it is what it is. But a lot of people thought he wasn't coming back, especially when he said he enrolled in school, back in school. So a lot of us thought he wasn't coming back. So apparently he coming back, and maybe it was just he just couldn't make the weight. Maybe he couldn't make the weight. You know, maybe he couldn't make the weight. So, so but he'd fight Frederick Lawson. Um, it'd be on his own. And Frederick Lawson is 30-3 from Ghana. He's 34 years old, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. He lost to Charles Hadley a couple years ago by knockout. So that's to let you know everything you need to know. He lost to the Canadian Kevin Brazier in 2015 he had to retire. He had a broken jaw. Other than that, most of his fights was in Ghana. This is a layup. This is an easy fight. I would say the only intriguing thing about this fight is seeing if Vergil Ortiz is seeing if Vergil Ortiz is seeing if Vergil Ortiz is 100% healthy. That's the only thing about this fight that's worth really seeing. You know what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, shout out to Vergil Ortiz. Real quick. Well, let's switch lanes real quick. Hit the blunt twice and watch me switch lanes. All right. Now let's go on to Tyson Fury. Okay. All right. So Tyson Fury on Francis Ngannou. I didn't underestimate him. I trained for 12 weeks. So Fury ain't making no excuses. He said, I didn't underestimate him. Fury said during the interview I felt TV on Monday. I trained for 12 weeks, gave him my best preparation I could have done, and that's it. So Fury saying he fought him. He said it wasn't the best performance, but I'm not gonna make any excuses. Fury said I had a good camp. There was no one to blame or no one to do anything. It was a tough fight, and I had to get off the floor and win. Yeah, no excuses. He said we didn't know how good he was or how bad he was. Fury said there's no footage of him. I've never seen a man before as a boxer, and that was it. So he was a lot more awkward than I thought he'd be, and he wasn't walking into me. He was awkward, man. He was good at what he was doing. So fair play to him. Don't take anything away from him. He gave me a better fight than all the boxers did in the last 20 years. I think that's been me toughest fight I've had for years. He said, "Yeah, it was a below par performance," said Fury, but I didn't take nothing away from the other man. You're only as good as your opponent will let you be, and that's a fact. He said, if I would have listened to the media, Fury said, and all the so-called boxing experts, oh, it's an easy fight, it's a mismatch, it's not worth watching, I would have I wouldn't been able to win that fight. And a lot of people didn't think you won that fight. I didn't think you won that fight. So, um, but nonetheless, that's take that that's taking your loss, even though it wasn't a loss. Um, um, that's taking your loss like a man. And you can see a lot of these dudes out here. I always like to get little life lessons. Um, you always see dudes out here who can't take their L's. Girl, they can't handle rejection. That's a feminine trait. Can't take your losses. That's a feminine trait. You see dudes got to make excuses and all that type of stuff, or you see dudes step to women and a girl say, "No, you was ugly anyway. You had bit." You hear all that type of stuff, whatever. That ain't how men conduct themselves. We able to take rejection, take losses, and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's just who we are. You know. So, fair play to him. He didn't discredit Ngannou. He gave him his credit. He kind of said, "Well, wasn't no footage on him, so we didn't know much about him." And that's fair play. But a boxer, his reputation should be able to make the adjustments. Well, when you're dealing with awkward fighters, I definitely understand. I definitely understand. You know. But he said it's no excuses. He did his best job. He did what he can do. Credit to Tyson Fury, right? So let's wrap this video up. Um, okay, let's talk about what Dimitri Bivol had to say about Terence Crawford real quick. We slide up out of here. So here we go. Um, but Dimitri Bivol Crawford's not just good. He's amazing. So he says Crawford is amazing. Said Bivol, the matchroom boxer, during the interview. Not just good. He's amazing. He says, I think he should be in the book for how to learn boxing. He's a very good fighter. So, Dimitri Bivol saying showing love to Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people recognize how good Terence Crawford is. They continue to, and some of the best boxers is not some of the most popular boxers, and that's throughout history. Some of the best boxers are, I said again, some of the most popular boxers, especially in this era. A lot of people didn't know how good Dimitri Bivol was. It wasn't that we didn't think Dimitri Bivol could beat Canelo Alvarez. It was that we didn't think he would get a fair shake for people who followed his career throughout HBO. And we knew he's one of the best boxers. I mean, and then also since getting with Joel Diaz, he's changed his fighting style up. You know what I'm saying? He's majorly changed his fighting style up. Um when you talk about he used to be a mover. He used to roll out a lot. He used to go in and out. He used to like really fight at an amateur type pace, amateur type style. But he was able to get away with it because his conditioning was good. He fought like a ninja, to be honest. But nonetheless, I think real recognize real, and I think he right about boxing. He right about Terence Crawford, how to be a textbook boxer. He's an all around pros pro. If he don't want to get hit, he can box. If he want to bang, he can bang. He's an all around, swell fighter, bro. So, hey, I think that's real recognized real, and I think that should be spotlighted. Too many times when a boxer has something negative to say about a boxer, we highlight it. But when it's something positive to be said, and that's how I go in the media, we don't get a chance to highlight it. So, hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Box News playlist, hit the link tree, find me on X, aka Twitter, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Hit the link tree. You can literally find me everywhere there. Peace.